Welcome to Dusty Valley, episode 14. I think you're wrong, Dusty.
I ain't taking no for an answer, YouTube guy. You can't be trusted with the money around here. I'm putting my foot down.
That is a tasty little pile. I think we're going to be making some money soon.
Dusty's back in the game. It's time to make some money.
Well, it is a lovely, cracking day outside. January, the latter half, coming up to about 9 AM in the morning. Just had my first coffee, so it's time to head out and get involved with the farm. Our little veg patch here is doing really quite well, I must admit. Tomatoes, lettuce, red lettuce, melon, as you can see on the bottom hand right of the screen here. Yeah, it's doing okay. 291,000 euro bucks in the bank. And I think I want to go and spend some more. Now, I think I mentioned it previously, but I am keen to keep the animal husbandry going now that we're up here and we've got the cows going and we've got our birds, our chickens and our ducks. And I really feel that it's time to get some sheep into our pen here. It's all geared up and ready to go. And I think things like hay and straw, we're going to be needing it for the animals behind us, the cows, so it makes sense just to get into this venture as well. Now, Dusty isn't completely sold, and I think I know why. The thing is, we've just started our forestry operation, as you saw last episode. Go back and check that if you want to. And I think he's really keen to crack on with that properly. So we've got a bit of a conversation to have, Dusty and I think we're going to have that first thing before we make a decision on what we're going to do the rest of this month.
I may sound like a broken record, but the cows are real happy in here. I've just cleared out all the muck that's gone down into the silo. They could do with a little bit more TMR, and we'll get to that in due course, but I think they're okay for now.
Dusty, morning chap. How's it going? The cows all right?
Yeah, they're fine, computer guy. Same old, same old. Nothing really changes with the cows.
Yeah, that's good. They are pretty stable now. They're all settled in. We've got the TMR working. We've got a good routine when it comes to all the straw and the muck. So happy days. All the birds are fine as well. So I think we are good with the animals.
Speaking of which, I want to speak to you about that.
About the animals? Yes, definitely. I want to have a word with you about the animals as well. Do you want to go first?
My thinking is we carry on with the cows here. Cows gonna produce the milk and the slurry and the manure. I think that's a nice operation. We currently got it all under control, and that's kind of rare for you and I. I don't want to rock the boat, YouTube guy. I think we stick with what we know, and I think forestry is the way forward. We can either pick up another plot of land, maybe a bit of machinery, start to get some wood into the sawmill.
See, that's kind of the exact opposite to what I was thinking. Yes, the cows are doing well, and because they're doing well, and we've got our poultry, I'm thinking, let's keep going. You know, we've got good momentum. Let's get some sheep. We've got an empty barn sat over there. We can get some sheep in there. We know how much wool made us when we were living down in Erlengrat. I think then we can get involved with the spinnery and make clothes. We did it before. I think it's the way we go again. I know we've got that little bit of forest, but getting invested into the entire forestry operation, that's pretty big. And it's going to be so much more of an outlay than just getting some sheep in here.
Now hold on a minute there, YouTube guy. Whose great idea was it to go pick up a load of grape machinery? Man, that was an awful outlay. And that's just sat down by the greenhouse rotting and doing nothing at all. The way I see it, we gotta spend money to make money. And we know for goddamn sure that we can make money with forestry. Couple of sheep ain't gonna do diddly squat for the next couple of months, but we can get on the way felling some trees, Well, that'll keep us going right through. We can even start planning new ones for next season. Get things growing, get a real cycle going on.
I think you're wrong, Dusty. I'm sorry, mate. I think you're wrong. I think that's a huge outlay. Either more land or getting invested in the actual production chain itself. We're going to have to buy the sawmill if we want to start to make money out of it. And I know the guy is interested in selling, but that's 70 grand, I think. Do we have that? Plus the machinery. Right now, we're running off a couple of chainsaws and a tiny little flatbed. If we're going to do this properly, we know we need more machinery to do it. And that's a bigger outlay. I'm getting nervous about how close we are getting to that zero figure. 200 odd grand is all we've got left.
Well, this is the way I'm gonna say it, YouTube guy. I ain't gonna argue with you no more. We are gonna invest in that sawmill, whether you like it or not. We can get a couple of sheep anytime, but we need to make sure we've got something going on over winter, keep the revenue going. What the hell was the point in investing in that little bit of land anyway if we're not gonna go in full hog? So you get your ass down there, you go make that old boy an offer. I ain't taking no for an answer, YouTube guy. You can't be trusted with the money around here. I'm making my decision. I'm putting my foot down.
Well, I don't know who put you in charge, and I don't think that's fair at all. A couple of mistakes doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I've got a bit of experience in this. We've been through this all together before. But if you're going to throw your toys out of a pram, then it ain't worth it, is it? Fine, I will go down and speak to the chap, but I can't guarantee he's going to want to sell. Last time I spoke to him, it was proper miserly. He really wasn't interested. He was running out of money, but he was not going to let it go. He said that to me face to face. What an absolute arse. Sometimes Dusty can be so antagonistic. Just aggressive for the sake of being aggressive. What's wrong with getting a couple of sheep? A couple of sheep will just keep us going. I know it's just because he really loves doing forestry work. I don't. I find it boring. Just chopping down trees. Oh, I'm really quite riled up right now.
Well, YouTube guy better go calm himself down. I was about a second away from giving the guy a smack round the mouth. He's made enough mistakes round here. Someone's gotta take the ball by the horns. This is the way we're gonna do things. Like it or not, we are gonna get ourselves into forestry. We can pick up sheep God knows any time.
Well, I'm going down there now. I'm going to prove him wrong. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to go speak to this bloke. And I guarantee you he is not interested in selling. Just because he's not making any money does not mean that he wants to let his business go. It's been in his family for generations. But do you think Dusty's going to listen to that? Absolutely not. I almost hope it fails. Get out of the way, birds. Well, hopefully I'm going to calm down a little bit before I turn up and meet this guy. Last thing I want to do is try and buy a business and feel all riled up about it. That's not going to come across very professional, is it? But what I am thinking is that I think there's a little bit of work that I need to do down at the greenhouses today, and it's probably best that I just get myself out of the way and just steer clear of Dusty for a couple of hours, because neither one of us really wants to be in the other's presence right now. Right, here we go. I presume he's in. I mean, it is dead quiet around here in all fairness. He isn't making much money. The business is definitely not thriving. But he's not going to want to let it go. And this is what I've said to Dusty before. Can't just turn up and offer a guy a load of cash and expect him not to get defensive over it. Well, here goes. Let's see what he's got to say.
I'm gonna mix up some more TMR. Cows have eaten everything we put in there recently. Every time they get low in TMR, their health drops down to 0. Well, I know that ain't true, but it just gives me an indication I gotta stick more in there. There you go. Have a look at the PDA there. Says the TMR is down to 0. Got a little bit of grass in there, 42,000 liters, but I really want to get the TMR back in. We should have some already mixed up, otherwise I can just go mix up some more. Either way, I just want to keep busy. YouTube guys really riled me up. 17,000 litres gone in there. That should keep them happy through till next month.
Well, that went exactly as I thought it would do. Polite, you know, not aggressive in any way, but quite firm. He does not want to sell. Not right now. Basically, he kind of wants to see what he can do in the next year. I think almost that our presence in town has made him rethink whether or not he should sell. I'm wondering if he's waiting to see kind of what we do. I mean, if we make money and we start to reinvigorate the surrounding area, then I think he's hoping that basically it's going to bring more kind of customer revenue to the sawmill. But for now, I don't think it's a goer. If we were to just press a little bit harder or perhaps ask the right questions, there might be a sale in it, but I don't think I'm the man for the job. Right, I'm going to go swap vehicles and then I'm going to head back to the greenhouse. Oh, I can't see Dusty. I'm sure he's just staying out of my way. Right, if I'm going down to the greenhouses, I will actually need the flatbed trailer here, the little bluey. That's fine. Just having a look on my list. So what have I got? I've got to... Oh yeah, we've got a lot of produce down there that needs restacking and moving around, so I can deal with that. I've also got to buy some new fertiliser, and I've also got to buy some pallets. So while I'm down there, I may pick up some other bits as well. Right, Fent, it's time for some driving. Always cheers me up being inside the Fent. Happy days. She needs a bit of a clean though, and I only did that last month. Get myself hitched up. I'm going to get out of here before Dusty sees me. If he needs the tractor himself, then tough. I've got it. I suppose if I also wanted to stay out of the way even later, I could just pop in here and just fell a couple more trees. That's our bit in there. But I do kind of feel a bit reluctant doing that on my own. Given what happened last time, and if you really want to see me doing some bad forestry, yeah, go and check out the video from last month. But it is something I could do, I suppose. Oh, sorry mate, thank you. Thank you very much. I broke a little bit late there. Nearly had a bit of an accident. I'm not paying attention. Here we are then, down at our greenhouses. We've got all of our vegetables and fruit all growing really quite happily actually. I must admit, this operation's always been quite easy to maintain. Right, there we go. Okay, so what have we got kicking around then? So is it lettuce we got here? Yeah, the red lettuce and the normal lettuce is doing really well. And down here we've got the same. So these two outdoor beds are just doing the lettuce. Yeah, we've got two of each. Hello, dear. Very tame deer we get round here. And then what have we got in the greenhouse? Well, I presume we've got, yeah, a couple of crates of strawberries. I wonder if we've got any melons yet. We have. Ah, we got some melons, some Tommy Towels in the back there, and 2 pallets of strawberries. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have to manhandle some of this. There's no way I'm asking Dusty for help today. And we need to get it down here into storage. I think we're going to sell it next month if the prices are right. Now, we've got a space in here. It's a bit open. We have got some in here. But it's better in here. We've got a bit of cooling, you see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump in the little tiddler here, the little tiny tractor, little baby tractor. And I'm going to move this sprayer out of the way. We'll park the sprayer in the left here in this area. What have we got next to the grape picker? Nothing. Oh yeah, the trailer. So yeah, I'm going to move the sprayer into there. And then we'll use this space basically for storage. I haven't been inside here for ages. It's so dinky. I love it. It's quaint. The old Antonio Carrero Mac 2F, if you're interested. Nice little vehicle. Right. Oh, I should have opened that door first. Let me get pulled out. And then I can back in and move that sprayer out of the way. The weight I picked up on the front is potentially a bit big for this. But, you know, is what it is. Right, let's get this open. Oh dear, there we go. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's so tight I can't even lean round. Squeeze around the window there. Okay, I can just about see. Oh, steady go. Come on. About there. And let's get that basically whacked in that little shed there. Okay, backing round, swing that in carefully. Hard to see what I'm doing. Might be better off using my mirrors, but I'm okay for now. That'll do. Let's just straighten up a bit. Right, I'm happy with that. So, I'll just park this out of the way, and then we can start to load in some of our crates. Tomatoes, strawberries and melons are on. They're out the greenhouse. I'm just going to go and collect. I think I've got some pallets. No, they're okay. Some pallets around here. And we'll just make sure that everything is topped up in terms of pallets. I'll stick some of those in. I'll lift this one up and then chuck that down there. Now, one thing I will say is that Dusty and I definitely seem to bicker more since we came here. And the funny thing is, I think it's all about money. All we ever seem to moan about is how much cash we have or haven't gotten, how much money we're spending. When we were in Erlengratt and we were surviving literally on log by log, it wasn't an issue. I think that's because we kind of had a joined, unified reason for pushing forward. You know, the challenge was the same for both of us. Right now, we both have our differing ideas about what's best for business. But for now, I am focusing on this little job, keeping out of his way, and I am done. So yeah, these are heavy to lift, but you can just about do it on your own. But I'm not going to be able to walk them all the way around, so I thought I'd stick them on the flatbed. I don't think I'm going to need to strap these down. I'll just slowly reverse up over this little hump in the ground, and we'll get them in there. One thing I just noticed is look at this grass. I mean, that is growing like you wouldn't believe. I reckon we might be able to mow that in February, next month. That's crazy. It's because it's been so warm. We've had no snow. It's warm, balmy weather. We've got some rain coming. Global warming, unfortunately, friends. Global warming. I want to take this really quite gently. I haven't strapped them on. Whether that's a bad idea, we will soon find out. Oh, that's quite tight around there. Will I get past that? Oh, oh my goodness. Okay, swinging. Because I've got rear wheel steering here, it does really want to swing itself around. Just need to get close enough and I can take it all off by hand. That is about perfect. Now while I do this, I've got a little plan that is really going to rub Dusty up the wrong way. Why should he be the only one in charge around here? We both worked equally hard to create our fortune in Erlengrat, so I don't see why I can't go and buy my sheep. I'm all done and it started to rain. It did say we were due a little bit of a rainfall today, and that's fine. Bit of broken cloud though, so I don't know if it's going to stick around. But have a look at this lot. That is a tasty little pile. I think we're going to be making some money soon. We've got our strawberries, we've got our tomatoes, our melons, our red lettuce and our normal lettuce. Happy days. Just get everything packed away, get everything closed up while it's raining. There we go, I'm happy with that. Parked away. And shut those up. Shut those up. The sprayer's okay in there. Just going to close the greenhouse doors, and I think I'm done for down here, for the time being at least. So I am just going to have to head back to the farm and face Dusty's wrath. Do need to also tell him that, well, I was unable to secure the sawmill, so however he's going to take that, I'm just going to have to almost take it on the chin, as it were. But I don't care. I'm going into here and I'm going to buy some sheep. And he can't stop me. Well, that was a good deal done. What's this place called? Larson's. Larson's, I'll have to remember that. So I've ordered some sheep and they will be arriving in due course. Going to be delivered rather than me collect them up here. And yes, and we'll have a look at those when they arrive. For now, I'm going to head back to the store. I'm just going to pick up some solid fertilizer. I forgot I needed to do that earlier. And then I can get that into the greenhouse. And then I'll just head back to the farm. It was quite nice to come this way. I very rarely come behind the back. Little ice cream shop's still open. Dusty said they do good little snacks in there. So I'll have to check that out at some point. Not today though, I want to stay dry as possible, please. Cheers lads, catch you later. Well, they've loaded on. I've picked up some pallets, some solid fertiliser just in bags, 25 kilo bags. Very easy for me to handle that on my own. Don't need Dusty down here. Let's get these strapped on. Right, let's get that loaded into the greenhouses then. Okay, I've got one pallet there. There's a couple more left and I will just chuck them inside here for the time being. And then we've got them as and when we need them. A bit of a stack there. Right, time to grab some solid fertiliser. Well, that's me done. I think I'm very happy with that. Still raining. Let's get some lights on. I think we're going to want to go full beam here. Engine on. Let's head home. I've taken this scenic route home. I just fancied being away for just a little bit longer. And I actually did pick up some sheep and I've ordered 10. That's it. That's all I've ordered. 10 sheep and it barely broke 2 grand. So I have no idea what Dusty was moaning about. 289,000 euro bucks in the bank. 10 sheep is not going to make a difference. We can hold up to 100, so we've got 10%. 90% storage space left. I understand that it does mean that you have to have maintenance, if you want to call it that. Obviously, sheep need feeding, they need worming. You know, if you want to tap them up by getting a ram in there, then obviously you have to normally rent the ram, although we could buy one, I suppose. So yeah, there is a maintenance, but for 10 sheep. I know it sounds like I'm kind of selling this in preparation of having a conversation with Dusty. I suppose that's kind of what I'm doing. But I'm going to be back very shortly. I've just come in from the east entrance here. We've got our grass field to the left and our grass field to the right. Oh, I missed a patch over there. So yeah, just kind of staying out of the way as long as possible. Let's do a right here. This field here, 62. Yeah, what are we going to do with that? I really do need to plan what we're going to do, because it's February coming up very soon, and then it's March and we're in planting season. And given our new production chain, which has in effect been on hold for 6 months, then I think February and March are going to be fairly busy. Oh, well, the JCB's out, so... Oh, I see. Yeah, it's got some of the additive in there, so I think Dusty's been making some more TMR. That makes sense. Keeps him out of my way anyway. Let me drop this trailer off, and then I shall go and see where he is and let him know the bad news about the sawmill. Boy, it really is turned into quite a nasty day. Well, I'm going to get wet, so might as well head up. I suspect Dusty's up with the cows in the cow barn. Oh, Dusty, wait up a second.
What do you want?
Well, I've just done a few jobs this morning. I just wanted to let you know what happened when I went and saw the owner of the sawmill. I thought you might be interested.
Yeah, of course I am. What did he say, computer guy?
Well, I don't want to say I told you so, because I don't think that will help, but literally what I said, he wasn't interested. So I gave him a good offer, I explained the pros and cons, and I get the impression that although he can't afford to keep it on, he wants to give it a go because we're here.
What are you talking about, YouTube guy? That makes no sense at all.
Well, he didn't give specifics, he kind of talked in generalisations, but basically the idea I got was that because we're now here and we're trying to kind of grow and invest in the area, that we will automatically create revenue. And so therefore, hopefully, his business will pick up just as a kind of byproduct of us being successful in the area. Does that make sense?
Well, that's horseshit. What kind of logic is that? I don't know if you're lying to me, YouTube guy, or whether or not you just can't sell for toffee, but I'm gonna go down there and have a word with him myself. It's an opportunity for him as much as it is for us.
Well, if you think you can then, Dusty, then why don't you? Why the hell did you bother even sending me down there?
Because sometimes you just gotta do what I ask you to do. It ain't always about getting your way around here. You gotta learn you ain't always in charge. I don't mean no hard feelings by it, just a lesson is all. But if you're being genuine, then fair enough. I'll still go down there and just see if I can bend the guy's ear a little. Kinda gentle-like.
Yeah, well, I don't really appreciate that, Justy. We're meant to be mates, okay? We're meant to be friends. Treating me like a child is not going to get the best response out of me. If you manage to secure it for a decent fee, fair enough. Well, let's just see how Dusty gets on then. I don't think he's going to have any more luck than I am, but if he's confident, I'm not going to stop him. I don't think there's much else I can do around here today. The only thing left for me to do is have a bit of a tidy up.
Well, I'm gonna take the Land Rover, YouTube guy. What'll make the right impression.
What the hell are you wearing? I didn't even know you owned other clothes.
Well, given how bad you did earlier on, I thought I'd better dress for the occasion. Put on a smart jacket and jumper. It's cold outside.
Well, I never knew you had other clothes. What are you wearing on your feet? Yeah, oh, you still got your boots on then?
Ain't you learned nothing, YouTube guy? Man ain't a man without his boots and hat.
Yeah, I'm sure you've mentioned that before. Well, go on then. If you think you can make the deal, I'll be here when you get back. Well, Dusty's gone, and I don't know if he'll be able to do it. But if anyone can, I suppose it's him. I have just seen a big wagon go round the back there. So, I'm going to go check it out. I think it might be a delivery. Still absolutely peeing down rain, and it's getting dark. I'm hoping it is what I think it is. Guys said they'll just drop and run. Is it? Yes! Yes, it is! Ah, we got some sheep! Close that up. Here we are! Happy chappies! Well, actually, happy ladies. We should have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's probably 2 hiding around here somewhere. I don't really care what Dusty thinks. Oh, there's the other one hiding around the corner. This is exactly the route we should be going down. There they are. There's the other two. So we've got all 10. Happy days. And if he can secure the sawmill in the way that he thinks he can, then everyone's happy. And all that stress and anxiety of this morning can be forgotten about.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Dusty's back in the game. It's time to make some money on lumber.